If you need level 40, unlimited, or anything else grinded here in Season 3, make sure to hit up Rose NBA for fast, safe, and reliable grinding services. Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the best limited lineup that you can build here for week 2 of Season 3 of MyTEAM Limited here in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 9,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. I would really appreciate it if you do subscribe. But without further ado, let's hop right into it, and let's check out what the limited rule set is looking like for this week. So, limited rules: you can use 1 pink diamond, 1 diamond, 2 amethysts, and then you must use 2 rubies, sapphires, emeralds, and 3 golds, which is going to give you 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's going to be all 13 players in your lineup. So it's going to be a little bit specific in terms of what you want to use for your team. But before we hop into the video, let's just look at these prizes real quick. So I did not actually get my ring last week because I was out of town all weekend, but we got 15 tokens and then a fire pack for those who got your ring last week. We'll get that this week. And then diamond prize ball, 100 tokens, 25,000 MT, and a limited option pack with 12 cards in it instead of 11. So with the 12 cards instead of the 11, to be honest, I'm interested to see what that extra card is. I feel like it's going to be something different this season. I maybe even should know what it is. Maybe they announced what it is, but I don't know what it is currently. But with that being said, let's hop into it. Let's see what lineup we can build for this week's limited. And I will say this, pink diamond, I would recommend using the pink diamond at the point guard position. Now, I don't have any of the great pink diamond point guards on my account right now. I got Cade Cunningham, but outside of that, I don't have Magic, I don't have Lonzo, I don't have Penny, and I certainly don't have LaMelo, who came out today, who I did drop gameplay on, by the way, if y'all want to check that out. But I would be using one of those 4 guys at the PG position. That's where I'd put my pink diamond, is at that point guard position, and I would recommend using one of those guys. Now, an alternate strategy would be to use more of a budget point guard at the point guard position and his pink diamond shooting guard or small forward, somebody like Ricky Davis or Tim Thomas, who you can also run your offense through. And I think that's an alternative strategy, but I think the best lineup that you can build does probably involve a pink diamond PG because of the fact that the point guard position is probably the most important position on the court. I'm using Cade right now, and I'll probably use Cade because I haven't bought Lonzo or LaMelo yet, and I'm going to probably buy LaMelo, and I don't know who I'm going to buy as my second point guard. Actually, I haven't totally decided. It might be Penny back, it might be Magic, but for now, we're just going to run Cade as our backup point guard. But for the limited today, we will use him as our starting PG, simply because I don't have LaMelo in my collection currently. At the 2, we're going to throw in an amethyst. There's a lot of amethyst cards at this point that are options. This new Quentin Richardson, I don't actually know how good he is. He's 6'6", 95 3-ball, can dunk the ball, an okay defender, decent speed. He doesn't look incredible, but he doesn't look terrible. Off guard up, gold agent 3s, dead eye. I mean, he's a shooter with a couple defensive badges. I think he's an option. You could use Amethyst Kobe. You could use Amethyst Gerald Green. You got a few options here in terms of Amethyst shooting guards. I'm just going to go with Kobe because I love his release and I'm comfortable with the card. So we're going to throw him in there as our Amethyst shooting guard. Another very, very solid option at that position. Small forward, I would probably recommend using your Ruby here. I just think Ruby Keldon Johnson is probably the best Ruby card that you can use in the game. He's a guy who's got decent size at like 6'6". He's not incredible size, but he can shoot the 3. He's a good dunker. He's a solid all-around defender, 84 speed and excel, 85 lateral quickness, comes with super solid all-around gold and silver badges as well. And I just think Keldon Johnson's probably going to be your best option for a Ruby card to use for limited, a guy who I think was worth getting from that Moments set there, Moments card that that they dropped a few weeks ago of him, just because you never know, having a good amethyst or a good Ruby for limited is a very valuable thing. At the power forward position, we're going back to the amethysts. You got a couple options. Again, you could go with an amethyst Giannis, who's not going to be able to shoot the 3 very well, but he's going to be a little more flexible. You go with an amethyst Jeremy Grant, amethyst John Collins. You got a few guys here who are pretty good options as amethyst power forwards. Could even go with a Pokashevsky from today, a Franz Wagner. There's a pretty solid amount of options, to be completely honest. I think the guy that I'm going to lean towards, I'm going to check out this Pokashevsky real quick because I'll be honest, I haven't looked at his stats. 82 3-ball, 80 driving dunk, 80 block, decent defense, 84 speed and excel, 78 lateral quickness. His stats aren't incredible. I think it's because he's 7 foot. I'm going to go with Franz Wagner personally. I think he's probably the best all-around tweener of a power forward for the amethyst. He's 6'9". He's got a very good release, good shooter, solid dunker as well, can handle the ball decently, pretty good all-around defender, decent speed and good lateral quickness, very solid all-around shooting and defensive badges as well as some slashing. He's just got a pretty good amount of versatility to him in terms of his badges, especially the silver and bronze badges that add to those gold badges. So I think Franz Wagner, really solid card at the power forward position. I think he's the guy that I would go with. And then at the center position, this is no surprise, we're going to use Diamond Kristaps Porzingis. He's a top 3 center in the game, in my personal opinion, and he comes in as a diamond. So I think he is the guy to use at that center position. Now, admittedly, I could have used somebody. I could use somebody better at the point guard position than Cade. So I'll say that again. Definitely would rather have one of the better pick down PGs, preferably LaMelo or a Magic or a Penny or Lonzo if you don't have LaMelo, one of those 3 guys. But KP at the center position is an absolute dog. He shoots a 3 at a super high level. He's got great size at 7'3", 90 standing dunk, a great interior defender, especially because of his size. Really good speed for a 7'3" player as well, and he's just super versatile and super good. My KP also has 12 Hall of Fame badges, so he's got about 8 extra Haas. So that makes him significantly better than he even is as a base card, and just makes him an absolute beast. So very, very easy choice there for my final starter in my starting lineup. Now I got to go with another Ruby off the bench. Got to throw in some other players as well, and Sapphires, Emeralds, things like that, but I'm not going to use any of those cards, to be completely honest. So for me personally, I don't think it really matters that much who you actually pick. If you want to pick like good rubies, I think PJ Tucker is a good ruby, so I think I'd pick him. And in terms of sapphires, honestly, there aren't really any great sapphires at this point. At least not that I know of. I don't think any of these guys are going to be making the lineup or anything, so we're just going to throw in a few random sapphires, a couple random emeralds, same thing, and because I just don't think any of these guys are actually going to wind up playing. I'm just going to play my starters this whole game, and then you can have a guy like PJ Tucker who can sub in for Keldon Johnson at the small forward position. So because that's the weakest spot in the starting lineup, having PJ Tucker, who's a good ruby who can sub in at that small forward position, is probably a good sub. But outside of that, we got the team right here that I think is the best team that you can build for limited this week. Obviously would recommend, again, using a better PG than Cade if you can. A guy like Penny Hardaway, Magic Johnson, Lonzo, or especially LaMelo. But regardless, this team I think is really, really good. I think it's well built. You got great size, or super solid size, really solid defense, guys who can score the ball, everybody can stretch the floor, and I think it's the best limited lineup that you can build this week. So let me know what you think of my lineup down in the comment section down below if there's anything y'all would change and are changing for your lineup specifically. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.